To another episode of Power Couples. It's been
A
a
minute.
minute.
Did that just
That
happen?
just happened.
Oh my gosh. It
It's
has
been
been
a minute.
like, oh, there's my feedback. There we go. Hold on.
What is
There it is. Okay. So it's been like a month and a half
Yeah,
since we did an episode of the Power Couples show. And we were doing them weekly. We were on a really good, consistent
yeah, we
roll.
were on a roll.
What happened, Stephen?
Well, a few things happened. There were like family members in hospitals, there were sicknesses, there were events, there were all sorts of
Moving,
things. There were
renovating.
all sorts of things that went on that meant this show didn't happen. But we're back. We're back and we're breaking the whatever that it's called.
What's the opposite of momentum? Stagnation?
We're breaking the stagnation.
It wasn't stagnant. It's like anyway, breaking the cycle.
Exactly. So
what's our topic?
our topic is whatever we want to talk about. Here's one of the topics. I was talking about this a bit on my social today. So I don't watch TV, right? I'm not a TV watcher. And if you've seen my Instagram, I'm not a TV watcher. I don't understand why anybody would pay actual money for somebody to pump advertisements into my mind. I don't get it.
It's 50% ads.
It's 70 to 80% ads, let's be
Really?
honest. But what I discovered is that the system is designed to keep us stupid. But here's the thing, not to, it's like I could end right there, but it's to keep us stupid from what? To keep us stupid from what's actually going on in our lives, what's actually could be happening in our lives, what we actually could be doing with our lives, what we actually could be living in our lives instead of being tucked into these little devices that are sucking our attention and our souls and our hours and our months and our years away from us because we're so inundated or so into what's in that little thing.
It's true.
It was such a like moment where I could just really see it, and I was like, "This."
We don't even own a TV.
No, and a TV was on, and I remember standing there, and there was a game show
visit
on.
family members. This is what happens.
Yeah, and there was a game show on, and I actually was sitting there going like, I used this thing, this action. I feel more stupider. Like I have to actually lower my standards and lower my IQ to actually be able to let that stuff in.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it was.
And then it's a barrage of like just ads, just like 50% of if you sit down for an hour, it's like a half an hour of just ads.
Right. And then part of it on the back end of it is like, well, what's going on in my actual life? How's my wife today? How's my body today? What's going on out in the world and what's nature look like and all these different things that we could be absorbed into. So we get into this state where like we need to be entertained. How is life not, I'm going to drop an F-bomb. How is life not fucking entertaining enough to just be in it?
I agree.
And we get caught into the cycles of these different things where it's just like, time out for a second. Let's get into life. Let's get off grid. Let's shut our phones off. Let's have a tech-free Sunday.
As I'm pulling my phone open because I was like, I should Instagram this
right?
at the same
Let's
time.
have a tech-free Sunday. Anybody here had a tech-free Sunday yet? Tech-free Sunday?
If you're just joining, we
Tell
are
them about tech-free Sundays.
We are live
We
at the
live.
Power
What's
Couples
going on?
show.
Where's my
Everybody.
phone? I don't even know where my phone is.
Get it if
That's
you
how
want.
interested I am with it.
He's saying tech-free Sunday. So one, shutting phones off in the evening, which I need to get better at again because I got kind of like back into being on my phone quite a bit because I was sick. Can we get real?
Let's get real.
Okay. So we both got like a cold flu, like whatever the thing that was going around, we got it.
Here's the thing.
And then like as part of my recovery, I was like, I am gonna just lay there and not work and not do a ton. But then I was like on my phone and I got kind of addicted. Look at me, I'm like, I got kind of addicted.
She busted herself.
I busted myself. I busted myself to a friend the other day. I was like, honey, I had to put my phone in the cupboard so that I wouldn't just keep like going for it to get that, like, what is it, a dopamine hit that they talk about?
And a lot of it is when we have idle time, right? When there's idle time and like you said, sick, being down, just like should just be like resting and letting this thing be in it, but on this thing because it seems like it's making this easier to do, but really it's not.
It's not.
It's pulling away energy that could be used toward healing and feeling good. But here's the thing. Most people don't want to, and I don't know what your reason was, but most people don't want to actually sit in a space where there's nothing going on because when we do, something happens. Do you know what happens? Feelings start to come up.
Yeah, we get uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable when I sit still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and when we have
You
like,
know, it's practice.
workaholic tendencies
As he
or
points at me.
my hands were just
He's
moving
like,
in the general direction.
workaholic tendencies.
They were
It's
just
true
moving this.
though.
Well, when you have those things, it's like
It's true.
it's going to bring other stuff up because that's just the name of the game.
It's the name of the
I don't know where I
game.
was going with that, but
You were talking about tech-free Sundays. Oh, we were talking about TV in the garage, like just regular TV. We don't own a TV. We don't like we like to watch movies. It's not all
mhm,
that. Sometimes we'll like get into watching a show or movies, and then there'll be weeks where we watch nothing and we're
yeah,
just in it. And sometimes I'll notice myself like wanting to watch something as a way of just kind of like to is it tuning out or like regulating or numbing out or whatever it is because I can feel maxed because okay, can we get real? I'm asking this again. The last 6 weeks have been freaking hard,
yeah,
hard.
yeah.
Like we're busy renovating our motorhome, our tiny house on wheels. It's amazing. It's super cute now, everybody. We were super busy doing that, putting it on Instagram and Facebook a lot. And then the move happened and we just got so busy. And it was just like we moved out of our big, beautiful home and into our teeny tiny home for the summer. And you know,
Which took a moment to adjust
it
to.
took some time to adjust to. There are a lot of people who are like tiny home dreams, but we've been doing it off
We're
and
like
on for like a
massive
decade.
home
Yeah,
dreams.
we're like giant mansion home, giant
We
home
had a
dreams.
smart car. Everything was small, and we're like, we
Let's go
need some
big.
space around us.
So yeah, we lived in a beautiful four bedroom house and like space. And we converted an entire floor into our office,
Mm.
which is amazing. Anyway, look at us. We're getting excited about the thing that's passed. But it
We're
was
getting excited about the potential
about the
of a
future
different
vision.
possibility moving forward.
So true. So we decided to have some fun and adventure and tiny home for the summer. And we have a beautiful space like right across the street from the lake. It's fantastic. Anyway, the renovations, the move, the adjusting to like being in a tiny space
Yep.
again. Like we've done it so much over the last decade. I mean, my first vehicle was a Volkswagen van. So it was like I've been doing this for decades.
Yep.
But this time going into the tiny was like it was like, oh, ooh, like I was bumping up against things, not physically, but like just emotionally and
Yeah.
psychologically. It was hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. How
Yeah.
was it for you?
It was super difficult. For like 4 or 5 days, I was like, I am having none of this. I'm like, I want nothing to do with this. I'm like, I'm out. And during those times, that's when I used to want to go to sedation mechanisms. Mine was YouTube.
Yeah.
People have their social that they use. Mine was YouTube, where I'd be like, I'm just going to go and check out there because I can at least be in this container here and I can just like numb the rest of it out. But I don't want to numb out.
No.
I want to feel the full effects of my life so I can deal with them.
Yeah. And you have been awakening to your feelings over the past year in a way that's just like it's remarkable.
Powered up.
It's
Oh,
really
you can't see
amazing.
it. Instagram can't see my bicep, but
Or put it
powered
on
up.
this side. There you go, Instagram.
Powered
Check
up.
this out. Yeah, it's been really
Yeah,
cool.
so there was that,
There was
and then
that.
there were like elderly parent stuff that was happening,
Yeah, we had to
like
help
back
out
to
parents for
backs.
like 2 straight weeks and like one in the hospital and the other in the hospital. And we just sort of, I have, I want to control my life and like when I do everything that I do. And it was just like surrender,
Hmm.
be available, be of service. So there was a couple weeks of that.
Yep.
And that was just like, it was just stressful, just holding that. And you were holding me
Yeah, you held that like hot, what's the word? You held that
big time.
big time.
I held all
You
of
held
it.
that big time.
Yeah. There's so much around it. And then like light in there, we held an international retreat. We rented a mansion on the lake,
Oh,
like
what happened?
beautiful on the lake mansion. what is he doing? And we hosted ladies from around the world who came for our transformational speaker training.
Yeah.
It was like one of the most epic
It was so good.
retreats that I've ever run. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Really, really cool.
And then on the tail end of that, we got sick.
Ooh. So it was like hosting the retreat was amazing, but it was a lot of output though.
Yeah.
Like it was like long days, lots of output, incredible time with those
So good.
women. But then on the tail end, we got sick, and it was just I was like, okay, I'm gonna be over this in like 3 days. I still feel it,
It's like
and it's
3
been
weeks.
2 weeks. 3 weeks?
Yeah, you're on 3 weeks
Whatever
right
it's
now.
been. Couple weeks, 2 weeks.
Yeah, so it's been all those different things, and it's so easy in these moments to be like, I just need a moment to check out. But it's like, no. In fact, on a day-to-day basis, we take moments to check in with each other. We do end of day check-ins. I lead us in end of day check-ins to see like what we accomplish, how's your heart really, what are we grateful for? Like I'm to in the chaos of life, if we're not going to take time to just go like, because we can be together all day and I have no idea what's really going on in there. Like
Right.
what her thoughts are and what's going on in the stories and all the different things that are going in that system. And her for me also. So it's an opportunity for us to like share and tap in and go deeper with each other and understand each other and reconnect with each other.
Yeah.
Massive, massive, like,
So needed.
yeah.
It's so good. And then coming off the back end of all that and like being sick, I was like, okay, I'm not going to be sick. And then I surrender to just allowing myself to rest more, which feels really good. But it actually took a lot out of me. I didn't realize it until I was like, I should be better after 2 weeks. I should be feeling better. But I was actually feeling like worse and really low energy. And like, I was like, what's wrong with me? And I just realized like, it affected my nervous system. So
Yeah.
I've been taking care of myself and doing like a nervous system. I actually don't want to call it a reset because it's not like reset the nervous system. It's more like a nervous system nurture
Mm.
and a body nurture and just like heart and soul. And then we're like on the road again and helping my parents out again and stopped by a family member's house
Family
who
member's
got
place
injured.
who like
We sent to the
we did the
hospital.
ambulance thing for the second time in a week. For one was for a stranger, a girl who like crashed on her bike, and this
We
was
were there
this
on
like
the scene.
big gash on the head, leaking
Her,
blood
yeah,
from
this
my
wasn't the girl. This
no, this is my brother.
was his brother.
And
And we're just like, what
those
is
things, and
happening
we're just
around
like
us?
surrender,
Surrender.
just full surrender.
And then we needed to get something fixed on the motorhome. So we had to give it to the shop, even though that's where we live right now.
Yeah.
We have to give the motorhome to the shop. So it's just like move stuff, like surrender, be helping family right now. And it's just like there's so much happening. And we're preparing for Women's Spirit Retreat, which is a public event for all of you.
Yep.
Most of our events all year are private that are just for our clients for training them. We train speakers. But this one is the Women's Spirit Retreat where our speakers are speaking. And we're prepping for that as well right now. And it's just
Yeah.
like that's lifting me back up. Like that's helping me connect with what I love to do.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know how much more I can handle, honey.
Well, there are two things in this. One is I told you like all the time, lean into me, stay close to me, because I can handle a ton. I can handle a ton. The second piece is it's not only is there surrender, but the other piece is it's just compliance. God is like just compliance. So we could be so much like
So nice.
it'd be so easy for us to surrender into a device and go away versus being like, how do I get to the point where none of this stuff is actually affecting me anymore? How do I just say, I understand I have trauma and I'm not even bypassing it. I'm just going to go above it. I'm just going to say, you know what? Let's move on. Right? Like all these different, that's the compliance. It's like, what is God trying to say in this moment? Why are all these things going on? And it's just like, why is it dig a hole and then fill the hole in and dig the hole and fill the hole in and now dig a hole and fill the hole in? And it's like, what's the purpose of this whole thing? Compliance, surrender and compliance to something higher, bigger, and more purposeful that is trying to be called out. And the problem is, and I wrote a note for this to talk about this with some of the clients we have, but the problem is that we are in resistance. Like, take a moment on this. Mic drop moment is coming. We're in resistance to the transformation that we're already in. That's the problem.
And the resistance, like it makes it harder rather than just being like surrender. I know, like I am a professional controller. And I'm not talking like a financial controller. Like I'm talking about like I'm a professional controller. Meaning like I like to have the illusion of control. So for me, surrender, it takes me being put in a situation like we've been in for the last couple of months where it's just like one thing after another. And I'm at the point where I'm just like, I'm surrendered. And you say lean into you, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
like
lean
what other
into it.
choice do I
You
have?
don't.
It's so good.
And it's, we're already in the middle of it. You're already in the middle of the journey.
Yeah.
We can't go back. We don't even like we can't go back. So there's this compliance and this surrendering to what is happening to us. And sometimes it's really difficult because we're like, no, I really like to hold on to my control. I really like to hold on to the illusion of control that I have. And it's like, yeah, but life wants to be so much bigger. Life wants to open up so much more. And in order to do that, it takes it takes the 40% that thinks it's a whole person to let go of control to get the 60% of the person of the rest of the person that's required to take the journey to the next level.
So true.
We're not whole people until we surrender and comply to what's being done to us,
Mhm.
which is also being done for us.
Beautiful. I'm just sitting here being surrendered. I'm like enjoying you talking.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
It's really nice. We're coming up on the end of the week and the end of the day, and I'm just like, we do our show on Thursday afternoons, and it's just like, all right, I'm chilled out now. I'm surrendered. I guess I think that sometimes when I think I used to think of surrender, I would think like it means like things won't get done. And now I'm just like, oh, more gets done when I back off,
Yeah.
when I chill out and
Because
surrender.
it's the path of least resistance. But the path of least resistance isn't it's not that other thing we think it is. The path of least resistance is me stopping resisting the change, the transformation that I have to go through, the person I have to become, the person you have to become, the person you have to become to go to the place you're going. If you're watching this right now, here's something for it. You're not normal.
Oh, yeah.
We're not normal. This stuff that we're doing, you're on a growth path. You're on an expansion path. You're one of these people who is going for things.
Yeah. One of the speakers I just interviewed today, who's speaking on the Women's Spirit Retreat, was talking about how like our minds, we need to keep learning. We need to keep expanding and growing and keep learning. And I just thought that was so beautiful because I'm like that. I always want to be learning something new and expanding. And sometimes I think like, shouldn't we be like settled in and like not learning anything more? And I hear things
Yeah,
like that. I hear things like you're saying, and I'm like, no, we're good. We're growing. Speaking of growth, I'm going to take this moment to do this.
do it.
Speaking of growth, everybody, coming up in just 2 weeks, Women's Spirit Retreat. It's backwards on Instagram. Womenspiriretreat.com is an incredible event of growth and awakening and power. And it's all live in real time with
Yes.
real live speakers in real time. You can join us online from wherever you are, July 18th through 20th, and release control. Like let go and be held by a community that's going to support you. We have over 20 powerful and incredible spiritual leaders who are going to support you on your path of awakening.
Mm.
This retreat should be $1,000 for sure. And we made it available to you all. We were talking about it and it was like, let's do it free. I know that's bonkers. So you can have it right now for free. Womenspiriretreat.com. All you got to do is go there and register. Claim a free seat right now while they're still free. Womenspiriretreat.com. Go there and grab it. Register, join us, be supported. It's intended for women. So it's a beautiful space for women to come in and be supported and access your inner peace, access your purpose, like your awakening. Beautiful moment. What do you have to say about this incredible event that we got coming up?
Oh, it's such a magical event. I always love seeing ladies when they enter it versus when they exit it and this level of like kind of like you were saying, there's a level of reset, but not reset. But what was the thing you said?
A nurturing,
Nurturing.
awakening.
It's like days of nurturing this part that is just so neglected in the busyness of life.
Yeah.
And I think in terms of for women, I think it's like it ends up being a massive imbalance.
Yeah.
And that causes problems in our relationships. It causes problems in our bodies and our health. It causes problems all over the place. So when ladies get the time to be able to balance that out, it has a ripple effect across the rest of life, and it's
Aw,
cool.
thanks for recognizing that
Yeah.
and saying that. I love it. All right. I think I'm going to wrap up. Do you want
Yeah.
to stay with them?
Oh,
Because
we
I'll
are
go.
wrapping. We are
You
wrapping
can hang
and
up.
getting on with our evening.
Yes, we are wrapping up, getting on with our evening. So final word, everybody. Women's Spirit
Spirit
Retreat.com.
retreat. Look at that.
Look at that. Isn't that cute? That was nice on the camera. Womenspiritretreat.com. Come and check it out. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Power Couples, and we will be bringing you more episodes throughout the
Maybe
summer.
even maybe even guests.
Maybe even guests. Guests are going to start to be fun
Yeah.
because that was the intention of this show, is that we would interview other couples, because there are lots of shows out there that interview like one person, but specifically couples who are in business.
Yeah.
And I know so many, they're on our waiting list to be interviewed. So I think that a new
Let's
series
go.
of couples interviews are going to be coming. So if you know a couple, send them to us or just reach out to either of us, Messenger. If you are a power couple, if you work together, or not even necessarily work together, but you do life together and you're very much like in the awakening, unfolding of coupleness, we want to interview you.
Love it.
Yeah, and those will be long interviews. We'll have to do an hour because there's 4 of us.
Yes. And we don't have an ending yet for the show. So
Oh, yeah.
great seeing you. It was a minute. We're back. Until the next time, keep it classy.
Keep it real. Keep it real. You can't say keep it classy, San Diego.
I didn't say.
You say keep it classy.
I
Is
just
that
said,
what he said?
I just said keep it classy.
Classy. What does that even?
Until next time, keep it.
I like keep it classy because it's kind of fun. Because until next time, it's kind of like, meh. But it's just like power up. No, don't like it. What should our ending be, everybody? Put it in the comments somewhere. What should we end on? I think we should do some more like hot tub episodes, but we need to get a hot tub for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Love you all. Keep rocking. Shine on. Until next time. No, he's fine. No, he's laughing. We can't end the live. Okay, we love you all.